What's up, guys? I got something a little different today. So ever since I got my Snap-on Epic toolbox, it has this power drawer, but something just always felt off about it. Being right-handed and having the power tools on the right-hand side, you kind of gotta, break your wrist to grab them, or you gotta grab them left-handed, then put it in your right hand. It just seems a little annoying, especially since most people are right-handed, that they should have put it on that side. I guess I understand it's probably easier for them to run power along this side. But anyways, I was on Facebook and this guy in one of the toolbox groups that I'm in actually flipped his drawer around using everything that was in there. He said you didn't have to cut anything, weld anything like that. So I don't exactly know what I'm doing, so I'll figure it out as I go. But I know first things first, I need to empty out this power drawer and see what I can start taking apart. Drawers empty it out. Another thing that I noticed in the pictures he posted was this thing wasn't in here anymore, which I'm excited to get rid of. It's supposed to be, you plug in your chargers and you run the wires underneath and then poke the chargers up, or the cord up for the charger, so all your cords are kind of hidden. It really doesn't work that way. And then it's got these big holes in it. I don't understand why. So my batteries kind of fall into there, sit sideways. So I'm excited to get rid of that. I remember having to put this together when I got the toolbox, but I don't really remember what I had to do. I know I spent like a few hours trying to figure this out. So I'll give it my best shot and we'll start just taking screws out, I guess. All right, I've got it pretty much all apart. It's really not that bad. Just see a screw pull it out, honestly. The last thing holding it in is this little screw back here. I'm trying to get with a little tiny wrench, holding this wire on for the ground, but it's also tied through this into the drawer itself. So that's the last screw holding this stainless part on. So I just need to get that out. And I can pull this out, and then we can start figuring out how to flip everything. I also got to unscrew the last two bolts on this. Did the front, just got to do the back because that also gets moved. So I was looking at the pictures. You definitely have to drill a bunch of holes in it, which, whatever. I'm just trying to figure out wiring and height. I also never noticed that the holders for all the tools are completely adjustable. Never even noticed, never paid attention. I put the drawer together, put my tools in it, never looked at it again. So on the back side here, obviously this wasn't meant to be mounted to this side. That side, it's got those two holes, and you screw through the back of that into these holes here. So on this side, I'm gonna have to drill a hole through the drawer into this. That'll hold it solid. And then I need to drill new holes into this piece to hold the wire here, somewhere back here. So I'm going to have to do that out of the drawer first, so that this will work again. And then what the guy that I'm following the pictures from did was he took this and screwed it over here for all his chargers. That way the power cord can run through the back there and plug back into this. So I'm also going to need to drill some holes into this piece to screw that in. And really that's about it. Everything's flipped. You no longer need the stainless piece. You could put that floor wire hider thing back in, but I'm going to try to do without that. And then you have a lot more room in the drawer, and it's all flat. So I guess now I need to start marking, drilling some holes, I use the screws that it came with to mount that piece and screw it back in. All right, guys, I got it figured out. I'm not going too much into detail on this because honestly, if you have a Snap-on Epic Toolbox or a Mr. Big and it came with a power drawer, it's not going to be in your house for gardening tools or, you know, something like that. You're probably doing this professionally, and I don't really need to explain this all to you. You're definitely smart enough to figure it out. I just wanted to make the video so you, if you saw it, you had the idea that, hey, mine's backwards like that too. It's not really, but anyways, I got it all figured out. So all I had to do here was, you have to flip these panels. I put it all together, then realized I needed to flip these. So what I mean is this one's normally on this side and this one's normally on this side. So flip those right away. Then this, just drill holes into this panel so you can screw your power bank back in. Leave enough room for the cord here. I drilled out a bigger hole here for the ground. I'm just gonna nut and bolt it through there. And really everything else is the same. You can see I already did it. Drilled all my holes, mounted everything, put it in the drawer, and forgot to flip them. So this wouldn't fit anymore because of the spacing. Whatever. I'm gonna get it in the drawer, organize it all, and I'll show you how much more room there is and, you know, just what it looks like done. I got it all put back together. I got my tools in here. I'm missing a few tools that I have at home, so I just stuck some stuff in here. I'll probably end up reorganizing this. But now I have 2 Milwaukee chargers in here. Before I could only fit one and one Snap-on one. So I've got those in here. The gap that's made back here, I just used to shove all the cords in now instead of underneath that other piece. So now I have a lot more vertical room here. It feels like I can get more in here. Not really sure. It feels bigger. But anyways, this guy just sits out here now. Works just fine. Doesn't really need to be inside of that. Just seems to make a lot more sense to me to be on this side of my toolbox. You know, you're grabbing a socket here, then I can just come down, grab my gun. You know, it's not all backwards now. Makes me feel better. So anyways, that's it for the power drawer. I'll probably do another toolbox tour. I did one about last year at this time. I've got a lot more tools since then, and a bunch of people asked for more in-depth, so I'll probably be going through that pretty soon.